Well, hello my friends and welcome back. This is Phoenix playing Xenonauts xdivision 99.34. Uh, Welcome back and a few mentions about the last video. Uh, well, uh, what I forgot to tell you, is this. Uh, I noticed it, but I forgot to tell it to you. As I've said, keep in mind and please always remember that this is work in progress. It's 99.33% done, so it's fully playable. It's 99.33 is a stable version you can play, enjoy very, very, very little game-breaking bugs. Very few, it's unlikely you will encounter them. What I am playing is 99.34. It's a huge update which is currently under testing. So, two things. The strings here, as I've mentioned already, may not be. Just one moment, please. Uh, yes, I was checking if the recording works. So the strings here may not be certainly are not up to date, but give you an idea of what to expect. And In conjunction with that, I forgot to mention yesterday. So basically, you were seeing me looking at the soldier screens and looking for their reflexes, which their stats modified as I changed their role. And I did not explain why. Well, basically because I have defined a default equipment for my assaults, and the game tended to equip them with the default equipment. Which I forgot to mention, and it's not written in the Expedia, is that Jackal armor provides a better protection than the standard armor, as you can see here, of course, but it comes with a minus 5 decrease in reflexes. So all armors have their pros and cons, of course, but I forgot to mention this yesterday. Another thing I forgot to mention is that if you watched my videos, you saw, I don't know if you noticed, that there's a difference. It's more realistic this way. Soldiers tend to bleed more. In the previous versions, there was less chance of bleeding, but there was a higher bleeding point. So you bled for 5 hit points, but took less bleeding wounds. In real life, to make things more realistic, humans are very fragile things. So even if it doesn't kill you, it's easy to harm or to wound a human being. So being shot with a phaser rifle tends to wound you a lot more, and you tend to bleed a lot. So it's only logical. So they have increased somewhat the threshold. So they've lowered the wounding threshold. So the damage which wounds you, but they also lowered the damage from wounds. So basically, you take more superficial wounds, which add up the bleeding, and less critical wounds, which will directly kill you. And also, with the known human resilience, your soldiers have a higher chance of surviving a near-death experience. So you may see him dead on the battlefield, but unless he gets shot below a certain threshold, he has a decent chance of being revived if you win that mission. Uh, okay, another thing that Dre just pointed out, and he is absolutely correct. I forgot. It's a very deep game, so it's honestly a very deep game. It's what I'm showing you are basics, but it's a very deep game, and it's fun to explore. Uh, so, why is also important to capture aliens? You will see there's also a screen which shows you that after researching a certain type of unit, this is a normal game, the vanilla game also, you get a 10% bonus increase against that type of unit. Well, they've gone even further with they've lowered uh, the the damage increase per unit, but they added it to every specialist you capture. So basically, the more diverse specialists you capture from a particular race, the more effective your troops will become against that race. Bonuses adding up to something like 28-30%. So it goes very up. So basically, the more you capture things, the better you understand them, the more effective your men are becoming at killing them and using their weapons and uh, creating, and your scientists at creating new weapons. Okay. That being said, as I have mentioned, uh, this is an ongoing effort. This is an ongoing effort, and what I'm trying to do here is make a video that would help both beginners and I hope some of the veterans, maybe give them another view of the game, and also help the developers see how things are going because they see these films with the developer's eye, and it's an ongoing effort. So basically, we have noticed I didn't, Dre just did. He noticed that there are some things that don't go quite as they should. And there were some changes, and now I have to restart the whole campaign. That's not a problem. I'm not making this series to show you how perfect gamer I am. I am making this series because I really love this game, and I really like exploring. So I am telling you, 99.34 is double the size of 99.33. So there are a lot of differences and changes. So I can hardly wait to see them all. Uh, but during gameplay we may encounter things like that because this is a test version. So I will have to restart the whole game. I will not edit it. I will play it. I will do a whole playthrough. So if I rush things a little bit, or if I because of rushing I do some mistakes, please excuse me, and please feel free to play it better than I do. So I would love to see gamers enjoying this game and telling me how poorly I play, and showing me examples of how well and how much better some situation can be solved. So please be my guests. Leave your comments in the forum. Leave your comments on the um, uh, on my channel. I can assure you that the team behind the mod, it's a small but a very dedicated team doing all these things for the love and passion of this game. So they appreciate and take into consideration your suggestions. That doesn't mean that all suggestions will be implemented, but they do keep an open eye and open ears. But it's their vision, so you have to respect that. But the more opinions, the more diverse opinions, the more ideas, the better the game can become. And if some ideas cannot be implemented here, I'm sure that the developers at Goldhawk Forum, which are currently working on Xenonauts 2, can take a look at your suggestions. So please feel free to do it better. This is an idea. It's made of love, of enjoyment, and I am open to all sort of suggestions. Okay, this being said, this mission abort. We'll start a new game. First, I need to delete. I need to delete all my games. I repeat, I will not edit it. I don't care about it. So I am deleting my save games, just to be sure that they are correctly overwritten and there's no way they can get corrupted. So deleted save game will not get corrupted by being overwritten. Um, so yes, I'm starting anew. Don't be afraid. What I have showed you in a few in the last series, they were on slow motion. I can get here in 2 or 3 hours, so it's not a problem. It's absolutely no problem. Uh, so okay. This being said, quit game. Let's make a new game. Uh, Veteran briefings. Tam taram taram. Opa.